The first type of task we're going to look at is multiple choice. In this part of the test, you will be asked to read a text and answer 7 or 8 multiple choice questions about it. In this type of task, each question has a stem and 3 or 4 options, only one of which is a correct answer. Let's look at some strategies that can help you to make the task easier to do. First of all, read the instructions carefully. Then read the title of the text. It's important to read the title as it will give you an idea of what you're going to read about. And this means that when you start to read the text, you're already thinking about the topic. The next thing to do is to read the text quickly to get a general idea of what it's going to be about. Remember that you're reading to get the main idea of the text, so you don't need to understand all of the details at this point. To practice a strategy, let's read the title of the text. What does it tell you about the topic of the text? Normally, you would now read the rest of the text. On the screen, we don't have the whole text, and for practical purposes, we're just going to use the first paragraph. Remember that there's no time to waste, so don't worry about understanding everything. For now, you just want to have a general idea of what the text is about. Now look at question 0, the example question. Just the first part. Don't look at the options yet. You might be tempted to read the options at this point, but this would be a lot to remember, so just read the main part. What's important? Mark it in some way, underline it or highlight it. Now find the part of the text that talks about why the writer enjoys going to schools. The questions are in order, so this is going to be very near the beginning of the text. Again, mark it in some way, underline it or highlight it. It's also a good idea to write the number of the question next to it. Now read it carefully. So why does a writer enjoy going to schools? Think about your answer to the question. Now look at the options. Which one is closest to your answer? If you're not sure, use a process of elimination. Remember, always choose one. You don't lose marks for wrong answers. The answer is C, which refers to consistent entertainment. Now look at question 1. Again, just the first part. Don't look at the options yet. Read it carefully. Now find the part of the text that talks about the writer's father and his opinion about good writers. Remember, the questions are in order. Mark it in some way, underline it or highlight it, and write the number of the question next to it. Now read it carefully. So what does the writer's father say about good writers? Think of your answer. Now look at the options. Which one is closest to your answer? If you're not sure, use a process of elimination. Remember that you don't lose marks for wrong answers, so always choose one. The answer is A. put their ideas into action, which is similar in meaning to, if you wish to be a good writer, write. Now let's go over the tips for doing this type of task again. Remember to try using the strategy when you're practicing for the exam. Read the text quickly to get the general idea. Read the stem or the first part of the question. Ignore the options. Find the relevant part of the text. Read it carefully. Underline it and write the number of the question next to it. Think of your answer to the question. Now read the options. Cross out the ones you're sure are wrong and choose the one which is closest to your answer. If you're not sure, use a process of elimination. Points aren't deducted for wrong answers, so answer all the questions. Thank you.